Coming up, President Joe Biden is visiting Boston today. We have all the details on where he'll be.
And an update on Emerson Lions basketball ahead of the women's game against Lesley University tonight.
And we're ranking our top 5 holiday movies. See what we picked and why.
All that and much more this morning, Tuesday, December 5th on Good Morning Emerson.
Good morning, Emerson. I'm Drew Mitchell.
And I'm Katie Delaney. And Drew, can you believe it? This is our second to last show today.
I know. It's been a long time coming. This has been such a fun semester. We've had our tricks and treats and surprises on the show, but...
Many.
Yeah. It's
and 2 shows a week.
Which is new.
So we've had many shows, and there'll be only one more on Thursday.
But you know what? It's busy time of the season. We gotta get our work done, so obviously the show sadly has come to an end. But to transition with today's breaking news, our WBN correspondent Colette Latour is reporting to us live in the JPC. How are you today, Colette?
Thanks, guys. I'm good. Good morning. Welcome to this WBN News Update. I'm Colette Latour here with today's top stories. The Israel Defense Forces confirmed they are pushing into the southern Gaza Strip. This comes after the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas ended last Friday. After talks to renew the truce with Hamas fell apart, Israel withdrew its negotiating team from Qatar. They also intensified their bombardment of the Gaza Strip. Israel warned citizens to evacuate specific neighborhoods there. Those in Gaza say there is no guaranteed safe place to go. Health officials say the death toll in Gaza is over 15,000. A Palestinian-American college student is now paralyzed following an unprovoked attack last month in Burlington, Vermont. The family of Hisham Al-Wartani say he is now paralyzed from the neck down. The 20-year-old was taking a walk in November with his 2 childhood friends who are also of Palestinian descent. A man approached them with a gun and shot all 3. They survived, but Al-Wartani may face permanent paralysis in his legs due to a bullet being lodged in his spine. His uncle says he's scheduled to be released from the hospital next week to start rehabilitation. The death of a man who was found with a knife wound outside of a Kowloon restaurant in Saugus appears to be accidental, according to authorities. The man was identified as Patrick Kenny Jr. of Milton. He was found in the Kowloon parking lot after 9 Saturday night. Police initially called it a stabbing, but sources say Kenny was fatally wounded by a knife that was attached to something he was wearing around his neck. Essex County District Attorney Paul Tucker read a joint statement with the Saugus police chief that no additional parties are believed to be involved. Kenny's death remains under active investigation. President Joe Biden will be in Boston today for 3 presidential campaign fundraisers. This is one of his many fundraising events this week taking place across the country. At one of the fundraisers, singer-songwriter James Taylor is a featured performer. Titled the You've Got a Friend in Joe fundraiser, the evening concert's location is only labeled as downtown Boston. The other 2 events will be in the greater Boston area, but specifics have not yet been disclosed. That's all for today's news update. Hey guys, are you going to try to see the president while he's in town?
You know, maybe I'll run into him at Tate or something, but Biden can come to me first. That's what I'll say.
We'll see. Now, for me, obviously, I know Biden has his concert tonight, but there will be a lot of competition, and that's because my a cappella concert is also tonight. So, which one will we be going to? Me, James Taylor? It's hard to say.
I know it's a hard one. Well, we'll see.
Will you be going out, Colette, trying to find him?
Honestly, I'm pretty booked with finals, so
yeah,
I'm going to be in my room studying. But hopefully he has a good time in Boston. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thanks so much, Colette. Now our weather correspondent, Caroline Reese, is live on the Common with a weather update. Caroline?
Good morning, you guys. It is a chilly start to your day out here. We are live in the Boston Common, where, as you can get a glimpse behind me, the Wonderland transformation has happened. It is here. We've got skaters on the frog pond. We've got Christmas tree lights. The Christmas tree is up. I may be biased, but Boston is one of the most perfect places to be for the Christmas season. Now, the weather, not so perfect if you're not a fan of the cold air, and we have a lot of it. Today, getting out there this morning, a real feel of 28 degrees, and that is going to go up to 40 by midday tomorrow. We are tracking some potential snow on the way. Yep, we've got a cold rush of air coming down from Canada, so that mixed with the relatively warm temperatures on the water and the coastline is going to make that perfect mix for some snow. Then taking a look at Thursday into the weekend, our warm-up is coming. getting out of those 30 degrees into the 40s and 50s, and actually seeing 60 degrees on Sunday, which is unheard of this time of year. Relatively, this time of year, December averages high in the low 40s. So to see a 60-degree day, out of the ordinary, something we want to take advantage of. You want to get outside and enjoy. Your weekend, for the most part, is going to stay mild, dry, and breezy, except for Sunday. We are tracking some potential storms and scattered showers throughout the day, but I'll send you back over to Drew and Katie now.
Thanks so much, Caroline. What wacky weather we have going with us right now. I mean, like a puffer one day and then short sleeve the next. I can't keep up with Boston weather anymore.
That's the Boston lifestyle.
I know.
It's crazy. Well, thanks so much, Caroline. A middle school in Lowell is receiving praise for a new program that some may say is really cutting edge. Husky Cuts, a fully operational barbershop, is located within Sullivan Middle School's 8th grade wing, adorned with a spinning barber pole and a husky mural crafted by the school's art teacher. Community school manager Gail Hurley took on the 2-year initiative after recognizing the financial barriers students face in receiving a back-to-school haircut. The state-inspected and licensed barbershop is set to offer a variety of cuts, all at no cost. The school's sole barber, Joseph Lauro, expressed his excitement in providing free haircuts every Monday. He aims to be a positive male role model for students, emphasizing the importance of boosting confidence and creating a safe space for all.
A partial tobacco ban in Brookline is now being challenged in the Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court. In 2020, Brookline adopted a law stating that no one born in this century is allowed to buy tobacco or vaping products there. The law is meant to cut down on young people smoking beyond the legal purchasing age of 21. The law is unlike any other in the country and at some point in the future would lead to a full ban of tobacco. A group of Brookline businesses are challenging the law in court, arguing it would decrease their business and that it's unconstitutional. We don't know yet when the court will issue their ruling.
Wow. Well, Katie, I mean, this is getting some national attention. This is like a once-in-a-lifetime, a very new rule that I think it's really going to stir up a lot of different opinions by different people.
Yeah, it is. And we'll see kind of how, what the ruling in the court will be, and that'll definitely make a big impact on the future of tobacco laws.
Exactly, definitely.
So big things. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back.
And when I arrive at my destination, I am going to kill Bill.
Cutting. Sorry, can we get some of this light?
Where in God's name is the gaffer's tape? Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nate.
And I'm Casey, and we're the National Broadcasting Society.
Come out to some of our weekly workshops, or work on some of our sets.
Explore the bigger picture with NBS.
We'll see you there.
All right, let's get another take. Camera, sound.
So yeah, it's like Emerson's very own late night talk show. We've got games like Jimmy Fallon, and we're hot like Jimmy Kimmel, and we've got guests. I'm gonna talk to them. You can talk too, I guess. There's a live studio audience, and they're just gonna laugh at everything we say, and it's gonna be awesome. It's just this never-ending cycle of positivity and community and late night content. I'm gonna wear a suit. You should probably wear one too. What do you think?
I think you should drink up, because it's closing time.
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson. Katie, our Lions are killing it on the court.
They are. The women's basketball team is playing tonight. And of course, the season's coming to an end soon. So you got to go check out those games while you can.
No, definitely, obviously. They got to get their head in the game, and so do we.
Got to get your
head in the game. Exactly.
If you will. Well, with more on the Emerson Lions and other sports news and updates from this weekend, we're headed over to our sports correspondent, Noah Berkowitz, who's live in a new location. How are you, Noah?
Thanks, guys. We're live in the Bobby Brown and Stephen Plofker Gym, home to many of the Emerson Lions sports teams. The women's basketball team will be playing here against Lesley University tonight at 7 p.m. But some updates from the weekend. Emerson men's and women's basketball both fell short of wins on Sunday, losing to Worcester State and Framingham State. On the men's side, the sophomore Brendan McNamara led the scoring for the Lions, tallying 12 points, all on threes. His outside-the-arc shooting wasn't enough to help what was a poor shooting night from the team, only shooting just under 30%. On the women's side, Bree Fungillo and Kendra Dodd set the pace with scoring-wise, 17 each. While the final score was close, Emerson were out-rebounded 46-26, making a hopeful comeback hard to accomplish. Both squads will be hoping to get back to winning ways, as the women's team will face off against Leslie tonight at 7, while the men go head-to-head with NUMAC rivals Babson tomorrow. And the college football playoffs are set as Michigan, Washington, Texas, and Alabama round out the top 4. As the 1 seed, Michigan will play the 4th-seeded Crimson Tide in the Rose Bowl for a chance to win a national championship. The winner of the match will play the winner of the Sugar Bowl with 2-seeded Washington against the Longhorns. This year, playoff selection has been particularly controversial, as undefeated ACC champions Florida State were left out of the playoff after starting quarterback Jordan Travis was injured. Many disagree with the decision because an undefeated Power 5 conference champion has never been left out of the playoffs in its 10-year history. Michigan and Texas open up as early betting favorites in their respective matchups. However, Huskies QB Michael Penix Jr. and Bama QB Jalen Milroe will certainly try and flip the script. Both games will be played on New Year's Day. And in a heavyweight NFC bout, the San Francisco 49ers dominated the Philadelphia Eagles, cruising to a 42-19 win. The two squads have a history of trash talk, and the most vocal of the bunch, wide receiver Deebo Samuel, certainly backed it up, scoring 3 touchdowns on Sunday. The Niners scored touchdowns on 6 consecutive drives, making everything but the final score certain. There was also a double ejection in the game as tempers flared between San Fran linebacker Dre Greenlaw and Eagles head of security Dom DeSandro, leading to shoves and blows. The Eagles fall to 10-2, but will have a chance to bounce back next weekend against the Dallas Cowboys, in a matchup that will decide the division leader of the NFC East. The now 9-3 49ers will host the Seattle Seahawks in an always physical divisional matchup. Good luck to the women's basketball team tonight. If you can't make it in person, you can catch the broadcast live on Emerson Channel Sports at 7 p.m. That's all the sports updates I have for you today. Back to you guys in the studio.
Yeah, I got to catch the game. And thanks so much, Noah.
And Diva down. That's right. George Santos is out of Congress after many, many scandals, also crimes.
Yeah. You know, and Katie, a lot of people on social media have been making light of the situation, but it's pretty serious, but you got to have a little sense of humor about it.
A lot going on. I mean, it's very just much like a reality show in the way that everything has gone down, but now he's out.
Yeah, that's honestly the best way to put it, Katie. That's like we're living in a reality show. But with more on Santos' expulsion and other political news, our politics correspondent Meg Richards has the latest. Meg?
Thanks, Drew. Republican George Santos from New York's 3rd District has been expelled from Congress. In a bipartisan majority vote, the freshman lawmaker was booted for misuse of campaign funds. This includes purchases on Botox, Atlantic City casinos, and OnlyFans. According to the New York Times, in May, he was charged on 23 federal counts of fraud. He is still awaiting trial. The Ethics Committee also cited his inconsistent background for the reasons they were saying goodbye to him. This includes his claims of having Jewish ancestry, his grandparents surviving the Holocaust, and his mother dying in 9/11, all of which have yet to be confirmed. And as primary season fast approaches, the remaining Republican candidates took the stage for the 3rd debate last Thursday. 5 of the 6 candidates, not including the absent former President Donald Trump, debated in Miami on topics ranging from Israel-Hamas and President Joe Biden.
And what is Biden doing? Not only is he not helping the Jewish students who are being persecuted, he is launching an initiative to combat so-called Islamophobia. No, it's the anti-Semitism that's spiraling out of control.
Florida Republican Governor Ron DeSantis attacked the Biden administration's statement against Islamophobia. Former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley and South Carolina Republican Senator Tim Scott kept the focus on Iran. Upcomer Vivek Ramaswamy took shots at Hunter Biden and the 2020 election results. Former President Trump gave a speech in Iowa in lieu of attending the debate. And drones and missiles rained down on a U.S. commercial ship in the Red Sea on Sunday. The ship, which shot back at Yemeni rebels in an act of, quote, self-defense. There has been a major escalation in maritime attacks in the Middle East since the Israel-Hamas conflict began. The ship in question has shot down several rockets fired off by Yemeni rebels directed towards Israel. And that's all the politics news I have for you today. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks so much, Meg. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson. And Drew, of course, someone who's very much on the mind in the entertainment world is Beyonce right now.
I was going to say Taylor Swift. No, I'm joking.
Taylor Swift is often also, but right now it's all about Beyonce's tour movie. The Renaissance tour movie has recently come out.
Yeah.
Everybody's loving, everyone's enjoying.
Even all the single ladies. Yes. Obviously. But.
It's true. Yeah. And now with more entertainment news, our entertainment correspondent Ella Schaefer has the latest. Ella?
Thanks, Katie. Beyonce dropped a new single titled My House on Thursday night.
Let these ghouls out the house. Out there talking all that mouth.
The release came just one day before the singer's Renaissance concert film arrived in theaters. The song, which pays homage to Beyonce's Houston roots, appeared in the credits of the film. Renaissance, a film by Beyonce, features performances from the Renaissance World Tour, along with documentary-style commentary. The film premiered in Los Angeles on November 25th, but had a second premiere in London on Thursday, where Taylor Swift was in attendance.
Thank you so much. It is so great to be back. It's my 5th time hosting SNL. It has always been my favorite show, and since I started hosting, it's also become just a huge part of my life. And I have made so many memories here and so many friends, and I even met my husband at SNL.
Actress Emma Stone was initiated into the Saturday Night Live Five-Timers Club this past weekend. Former cast member Tina Fey made a surprise cameo on the show to help welcome Stone into the club, which Fey is also a part of. Besides the Oscar-winning actress, many other celebrities have also hosted the show 5 times, including Will Ferrell and Melissa McCarthy. Besides 2023, Stone has hosted SNL in the years 2010, 2011, 2016, and 2019. She is the youngest person to achieve the 5-timer title at age 35. And Taylor Swift cheered on boyfriend Travis Kelce at his football game Sunday night. The pop star watched from the box as the Kansas City Chiefs took on the Green Bay Packers in Wisconsin. Brittany Mahomes, wife of Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, accompanied Swift. The pair were spotted snapping photos of the field and taking videos of the game. Swift also wore a bright red coat with her signature red lip, which is the same color as the tight end's helmet. That's all the entertainment news I have for today. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Ella. We're now going to travel over to the Netherlands to hear from our correspondent Jael about more castle activities. Jael?
The fall 2023 semester at Castile Well is coming to an end in 2 weeks. Students are savoring every moment they have left together. There are 3 resident assistants this semester, each of them filling the role for the first time.
The role has allowed me to go out of my comfort zone and talk to people and engage with them and make connections with the other students, so it's been really nice.
It's been really, really great, I'd say. We are able to do a lot more activities here at the castle. It's more engaged with the students, and you really get to have those fun times with the other RAs and the students, and I think we just have a really great team, Maria, Sophia, and I.
Their goal is to create a memorable experience for their peers by creating a space where everyone can come together, unwind, and be creative. Sophie Cannon points out the difference between being a resident assistant at the Boston campus and taking on the role at the castle.
Being an RA here is so different than the Boston campus because people actually come to the events. I mean, there's so many other places to be in Boston, org meetings, classes, but here all the RA events are catered to when students just don't have classes, and there's not many other places you can be here. So it's just like there's way more people in attendance, so there's much more to prepare for, and we all know each other. So it's just a nice time to like get together and enjoy each other.
When it comes time to plan events or activities, the resident assistants collaborate with the hall committee, a group of castle students that help brainstorm and plan events.
We just listen to what they want to see here at the castle, and we take their ideas to OSA and see like how we can make those work, and then that's how events happen.
Casey, can you just describe your experience, attending these RA held events? Do you have fun? Like, do you think it's like an important aspect of the experience here at the castle?
So the RAs are just like us. They want to have fun. They are people too. And they tend to us a lot when creating these events, I think. They like to make them fun and interactive. Like, we're painting right now all together, which I think is pretty awesome. And they know what we want because they are us. So I think that's really important in creating these events. And they're doing a really good job because what they do is they listen to us. They listen to what we want.
So tonight is paint night. How do you feel, first of all, about tonight, and also all the activities that the RAs have held throughout the entire semester?
I feel like the RAs have done a great job, like making everyone feel more connected, and especially activities like this, like where you get to do something while also talking to other people. I feel like it stimulates a lot better discussion.
Emotions are at their all-time high, with some feeling sad and others eagerly anticipating getting back home.
It's definitely very sad. I'm like gonna miss it here. I'm gonna miss the community we have here.
I really don't want to leave. The castle has its ups and its downs, but that's a part of life. That's a part of living, but it's magical being in a place like this.
I'm really sad. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do without the castle. I love it so much.
I'm sad to see the castle go, but at the same time, I'm so excited to go back home. I'm excited for nice weather, nice food, to see my family.
I do love it here. I just miss my bed.
All 3 resident assistants are set to continue their reign next semester in Boston. For Good Morning Emerson, I'm JL Bito.
Thanks so much, JL. We'll be happy to have you back in Boston very soon.
Yep.
Now we're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to rank our top 5 Christmas movies. Don't go anywhere.
All right, come back in 10 seconds. Ready, camera 1. Camera 1, you wide shot of the entire thing, and in 3, 2, 1, take. Talent cue.
Welcome back to Emerson College. Emerson
Camera
trails
4, get a shot of the players moving across the court.
10 seconds left. Emerson trails by 1 point. As
Camera 2, close up on the person shooting.
Thanks, Joe. With 10 seconds left, Emerson is hoping to pull away and score this
Camera 1, get a close up, follow them over.
Emerson trails WPI 10 points. 10 seconds left. Emerson trails by 1 point as the team finishes their timeout.
Camera 1, close up on number 33.
Thanks, Joe. With 10 seconds left, Emerson is hoping to pull away.
Follow the ball, follow the ball.
Maggie, did you print out the scripts yet?
No, that was your job.
Maggie, oh my God, I do it every week.
No,
I told you this is the one
but we
I
talked
didn't
about
want
this.
responsibility.
Okay. I need to pick my legend.
Oh my God, look, they got us slushies. Brave freeze. Oh my God, we're here.
He's queer.
Now get used to it. Come on, give me my mic. Mic me. Hi, I'm Christian Mudrick.
And I'm Maggie Morlack.
And you're watching Real Reactions.
On the Emerson Channel.
Hi, I'm Aaron Kinigsberg, host of EIV's The Dish. Tune in every Friday for your chance to see what kind of bow tie I pulled out of my closet today.
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson.
Katie, we have one of the biggest rankings of this year, possibly of this life, and that is Christmas movies.
That is right. We're getting into the holiday season, and it's time to rank our fave movies.
And like I said before, I feel very strongly. I have a lot of opinions about Christmas movies, so let's just dive right in.
Like I'll say for me, mine are mostly based on vibes.
Oh,
so
yeah.
don't judge me too hard, and if you disagree, that's fine.
Yeah, and we'll give some explanations as to each. We're gonna go a list of our top 5, starting with 5th all the way down to number 1. So I guess let's just go right into it.
Yeah.
So number 5, Katie, for me, I said Polar Express.
Okay.
Okay, and I can explain that. Polar Express, a classic, obviously, but tends to get a little boring, I realize. I watched it last year. I feel like, yeah, like I get the themes and all, but it does kind of lose me a little bit in the middle. Also, when there's like the man on the roof, it kind of creeps me out a little bit. Yeah, there's something about it that I'm just a little like weary about.
It's not one of my favorites, but I do love Tom Hanks though. So there's
Right.
definitely something to be said for that.
Tom Hanks, checkpoint for that.
There you go.
Exactly.
My number 5 is Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer.
Yeah.
And for me, that's definitely a nostalgia pick. I think also the cast of characters in it is so great.
Yeah.
The Abominable Snowman, Yukon Cornelius, some good tunes too. And I think that, it's lower in my ranking just because it's actually so short. I think it's actually like under an hour long. Like I remember as a child it felt so long, and then rewatching it I was like, oh, this is a short movie. So that's why it's lower for me, but I do love.
I agree with those statements, definitely. Yeah, but I mean the classic song. I mean you can't beat it, obviously.
It's a winner.
Okay, so now we're gonna go to our number 4s. So I said Frosty the Snowman.
Oh.
It's a cheery one. Again, it falls in that like I think we're gonna bring this up like a nostalgia thing. It's cheery, but also it's a bit sad. I also realized that like as a kid, I remember feeling like, oh, this is like the first time I'm feeling like a really sad emotion, like he's leaving. Frosty's going. He can't stay forever, which is maybe a lesson I needed to learn, but also it does hit a couple heartstrings, definitely.
Yeah, I think so too, and the nostalgia is definitely there.
Yes,
It's a good pick.
exactly. Okay.
My number 4 is Home Alone.
Oh my gosh.
Home Alone,
Wow.
I think the antics are just like the antics in that movie can't be beat. I love how it's a holiday movie, but it's so random.
Yeah.
It's a very unique plot, and I think it's funny, it's quotable, and it's just
completely.
there's just so many hijinks.
Well, Katie, it's so interesting. That's like very like low on the rankings. I'm surprised. I feel like a lot of discourse around Home Alone is that it would be kind of like higher up in like in the Christmas, but I will have to see the rest of your list to understand the reasoning. But yeah, a lot of quotes. But yeah, the whole the traps and there's so many like moving parts to it. I think that makes it just like such like a what am I watching? But like it's also like such a festive film.
But in a fun way.
Okay, my number 3, which kind of goes in part with yours, Home Alone 2.
There you go. The
Okay,
perfect
yeah.
sequel to what I've just said.
Home Alone 2 is a bit underrated. I'm not gonna lie because I watched it recently. The New York City element to it.
I was gonna say it's that one, yeah.
Yeah, and the robbers are back. But I think just like it really hones in on the Christmas spirit that I think I kind of sometimes miss in the first one. So yeah, that's gonna be my number 3.
Putting it in an interesting new place.
Yeah.
So there you go. My number 3 is A Christmas Story.
Okay.
Which I think also, again, a classic. I think a lot of my ranking is actually just based on quotability. And this one, I mean, obviously it's so much great content to choose from in terms of quotability. I think this one is just fun in the, adult reflecting on their childhood life, with like a narrator. I like the format of it, and it's just a fun classic.
You're gonna hate this. I've never seen it. I know. Should I go watch it right,
This holiday season.
This
We can get
holiday
into it.
season, maybe, and then we'll see where it fits in the ranking. Okay, for our number 2, I have none other than Home Alone. This was a hard one between Home Alone 2 and Home Alone, which one I was ranking higher. Home Alone just is a classic, though, and like you said, it's just there's so many moving elements to it. Yeah, I just think it's such a good film. I mean, Kevin, like what an icon.
What else can you say?
And the actor just
Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah, he just got his star, which I think was amazing. I saw the picture of him like with his mom in the movie, also on the red carpet. It was like such a heartfelt, warming moment that I was like, this is so sentimental, and I think it really touches the lives of many, which is amazing.
A good moment.
Yeah.
All right, so my number 2 movie is It's a Wonderful Life,
Okay.
which is it's a very oldie but a goodie. It's from the 40s. On a not serious level, I think Jimmy Stewart's voice is really silly. He's got that transatlantic accent that is enjoyable. There's also a lot of good lines. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. Little girl. Love to say that.
So embarrassed that I haven't seen that one either. I know now that you're saying all these films,
that one
I'm realizing
really is like a classic. Well, so it's like the origin of the concept, really, of what would life be like if you were never born?
Yes.
Which is also like every TV show has done an episode it's a Wonderful Life episode. And I think the message just is really timeless in that finding value in your life and showing that you have importance in people's lives and they're important to you.
Yes.
It's a really good message, and I think presented in a good way. I think it's a classic.
Well, I think, like you said that before, like it's kind of like every TV show takes its spin on it. I think that's why I feel like I have seen it, but I haven't.
Right.
Just because of how many times we've redone this, and I think it does to me that plot line gets a little overused. But I'm sure if I watched the classic, I could really appreciate
The
it.
original, so.
But this leads all to our number one.
Our number 1 spots.
Which, Katie, this will be my number 1 for all eternity, probably up there with my 10 movies of all time, and that is Elf, the classic Will Ferrell movie. Elf is, oh my gosh, where do I even begin? Just humor that just will never get old. It's just timeless, but also good themes. It keeps me captivated the entire time. Again, maybe I love the idea of just New York in Christmas time, because that's where I realize I'm ranking a lot of things based on the spirit holiday around
the setting.
that setting. Yeah. But it's just so good. I mean, so many quotes, so many
There are.
quotes. Yeah.
It is so quotable indeed.
I'm an Elf boy.
I
love
do
it.
like Elf. The only reason it's not on my list is because it's not on
Oh
my
my
list.
gosh.
It's not my number 1. The only reason it's not on my list is just because I watched it so many times as a child, because
Okay.
that was the movie they would always play. It's the end of the year, you're having your Christmas party or whatever. So I think I just watched it so many times that I don't find myself watching it as much anymore.
Okay.
But it's still a classic.
It's still a classic. Yeah. What is there to say? I'm an angry elf.
There you go.
Yeah.
My number 1 is a bit of a wild card, and that is The Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh,
Thank you.
my
People are
gosh.
clapping for me. I love the Muppets. If there's one thing about me, I love the Muppets.
We've always said that.
And we're always saying
We're
that.
always
But I
saying
think that it's just the concept of there is main character who is human, and then almost the rest of the cast is all Muppets. It never gets old to me. And with the Christmas Carol, it works so well. Michael Caine, right, is Ebenezer Scrooge, and he just plays it so straight, so serious.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of the best versions of Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
I love the
that
whimsy of the Muppets.
I like the wild card. I mean, I feel like I remember watching it bits and pieces growing up, but I think that's another one I just got to get down and sit and watch through, which I guess there's a lot of films, because Katie, I thought I knew Christmas films, but clearly I do not.
I'm glad that we're different and we can learn from each other.
Yeah, and maybe we'll take into consideration when we're watching these films next time, what our thoughts are, what we both discuss right now.
And there we go.
But that's all we have for you today.
Thank you so much for playing along with us.
And once again, I'm Drew Mitchell.
And I'm Katie Delaney. Tune in on Thursday to watch our holiday special and final episode for the season. Thanks for waking up with us.
The way